Hello, and welcome to this flow for strengthening and lengthening the whole body. We really are going to be connecting to the full three dimensions of the body: the sides, the back, the front, lower body, upper body, mindfulness, and breath work. So, this really is a very comprehensive practice. And my hope is that at the end, you're going to feel both rejuvenated and relaxed at the same time. Remember to make any modifications that feel right for you and to feel free to discard any exercises that don't feel right for you. And we're going to be doing our side series kneeling. And so I recommend having a folded up towel to put underneath your knees. And you might also want to have some yoga blocks or some thick books handy for some of the exercises, especially if flexibility in the lower body is an issue for you. And finally, we're going to start our practice with some breath work seated. And so if you find sitting up on your sitting bones really challenging, or if your knees are up really high, I recommend sitting up onto a folded up blanket or a pillow so that you can be in your best posture possible. Okay, so let's get all of that gathered and we'll get started. If you can start off sitting up right onto your sitting bones, imagine that you have a string pulling up through the crown of your head, gently lengthening you up, and that your body is hanging down from the string. And if it's comfortable for you, if you can close your eyes. And we'll just bring our awareness to the feeling of the breath right at the nostrils. And so just notice the sensation of the breath as the air is coming in through the nostrils and out. And use this as a way of arriving into the body and into the present moment. Just letting go of our thoughts just for a moment. We can come back to them later. But for now, let's be here in presence in our body. Just feeling the spine stacking up like building blocks so the posture can be as tall as possible and as relaxed as possible. Feel the weight of the shoulders, the hands, feeling the weight of the hips and the legs connecting down into the ground. And we're going to go into some belly breathing. And so if you like, you could even bring your hands onto the belly. And as you breathe in, feeling the belly expand into your hands, the muscles are relaxing. And as you breathe out, feeling the navel draw back towards the spine as you slowly squeeze out your air, feeling the waist muscles narrow. And again, breathing in, feeling the belly expand. And breathing out, feeling the navel draw back towards the spine, the waist muscles narrow. Just take a few more breaths like that, expanding on the inhale and drawing in on the exhale. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, the jaw relaxed, and the mind relaxed. And we're going to turn this into full body breathing. So starting the same way, feeling the belly expand as you breathe in, then expanding into the bottom ribs, widening them open, and then into the top of the chest and into the armpits. So it's like we're a glass of water and we're filling ourselves up from bottom to top. And then breathing out, relaxing first the chest, then feeling the bottom ribs draw in and down, and finally drawing the navel in and narrowing the waist, squeezing out our air with our core muscles. And again, breathing in, expanding the belly, then the bottom ribs widen, then the chest lifts and expands, and breathing out, relaxing first the chest, then the bottom ribs, and then the navel drawing back. And just continue. Breathing in from bottom to middle to top, and breathing out from top to middle to bottom. And we're going to add a hold at the top and bottom of the breath. Okay, so breathing in, expanding the belly, then the bottom ribs, and then the chest, and holding the inhale for just a moment. And then breathing out, relaxing the chest, then the bottom ribs, and drawing the navel back in and holding the breath out for just a moment, really feeling the core muscles engage. And again, breathing in, belly expanding, then ribs, then chest, holding at the top, really feeling yourself full, and breathing out, relaxing the chest, the ribs, and drawing the navel in and holding your breath out, really feeling yourself empty. And just do 2 more rounds on your own time. And whenever you're done, just letting your breath settle down to be a little more natural, but keeping this expansive full body breath as an inspiration through our whole practice. And we're going to come into all fours. And so you could put a towel underneath your knees, and I'm going to come into all fours position where you have your knees right underneath your hips and your hands right underneath your shoulders. Now I want you to draw your shoulders down away from the ears and just micro bend your elbows. That's going to help you pull your shoulders down and squeeze the muscles of your armpit, as opposed to locking the elbows and letting the shoulders come up. Okay? And then we're going to do the cat. And so as you breathe in, expand the front of the body, pulling your heart forward, lifting your tail up, and letting the abdominals expand. And as you breathe out, contract the front of your body. Squeeze the navel to the spine, letting the head and tail curl to the floor. Now keep the shoulders relaxed and keep the glutes relaxed. Try to do this all with your navel. And again, breathing in, pulling your heart forward, lifting your tailbone up, letting the belly expand. And breathing out, squeezing your core muscles, squeezing the bottom ribs to close, drawing the navel in, shoulder blades pulling apart. And again, breathing in, opening the front body, again, keeping the shoulders down, holding that micro bend in the elbows. And breathing out, rounding, squeezing out all your air, pulling the navel in. We're going to keep doing this, but we're going to add a push-up into it. So we'll inhale as we expand the front body, opening the heart, and then bending the elbows in tight to your sides, bringing your chest towards your thumbs. And then exhale, pressing your arms straight and round in the spine, curling the head and tail, really squeezing the navel in. And again, breathing in, lifting the heart, lifting the tail, and bending the elbows. Your body travels slightly forward, so we're bringing the chest to the thumbs. And then breathing out, pressing the arms to straight and round in the spine, squeezing the navel in for 2 more. Inhale, heart goes forward and down. Elbows are in tight, shoulders are away from the ears. And exhaling, pressing the arms straight and round in the spine, squeezing the navel in. And last one, inhaling, heart forward, tail lifting, heart coming down to the thumbs, elbows in tight. Exhaling, pressing the arms straight and round in the spine, squeezing the navel in. And then come into a neutral spine. So your body is like a table. Shoulders are down, elbows in the micro bend. And we're going to be lifting opposite arm and leg. And we'll start with the right leg and the left arm. Okay, we're going to inhale as you reach opposite arm and leg out, trying to hold everything steady. And then exhaling as the elbow and knee go out to the side. And again, inhaling, reaching arm and leg away from each other, and exhaling, opening the arm and leg out to the side. And for 3 more, inhaling, reach, keep the navel drawn up, and exhaling, elbow and knee out to the side. And breathing in, keeping your shoulders down, and breathing out to the side, holding everything steady like a table. For 1 more, inhaling as you reach, and exhaling, going out to the side. Now, just land your hands and bring your right leg out to the side. I'm going to turn sideways so it's easier to see what I'm doing here. So we have our right leg out to the side and just having the hands right underneath your shoulders. We're going to now open the right arm and turn the chest as you breathe in to the right, really pressing the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale as you thread the right hand underneath the left. Let the left elbow bend as you turn the spine. And again, breathing in, open the chest to the right, press the shoulders down. And then exhaling as you twist, threading the arm under. And we'll do 2 more. And just keep focusing on turning the chest open. So we're not overly focusing on the arm or the head. Exhaling as you're wringing out for 1 more. Here we want the rotation to be through the rib cage so we're not overly stressing our shoulders or our neck. Good. Now, if you can keep your legs like this and roll up to upright kneeling. And keeping your legs like this, or if this is hard on your hip, you can turn the leg out. Okay, so either is fine. Extend the arms out and lining yourself up like your back is against a wall. Tailbone to the floor, navel lifted, and spine long. We're going to stretch over to the left, inhaling long reach through both sides of the body. Exhaling center. And other side, inhaling long reach to the right and exhaling center. And continue breathing in long reach and exhaling center. And breathing in long reach, exhaling center. And we'll do 2 more. Breathing in, feeling your back like it's against a wall. So we're really 2-dimensional. Breathing in, pressing the lower body down towards the floor. Good. Now coming into the long reach, we're going to hold it here. So you have a straight line from your head to your foot. Inhale, arms open. Exhaling, they close. And again, breathing in as they open and breathing out as they close. Okay, and we'll do 3 more. So we're really lengthening through both sides of the waist, strengthening and lengthening the side body. Okay, just doing 1 more. Feeling the tailbone reach towards the floor and the navel pull in. Now we're going to land our left hand right under the shoulder. Make sure the shoulder is down away from the ear. And as we breathe in, we're going to reach our top arm and leg away. Big stretch. Land the foot and then exhaling as you're bringing your left knee to the right elbow. And then land the knee. And again, inhale, top arm and leg reach. Land the foot. Exhaling, lifting the knee to the elbow. And again for 3 more. Breathing in as they reach. Really press the shoulders down. Land the foot. Exhale. Squeeze the navel to the spine. Breathing in, expanding the sides of the body. And breathing out. Squeezing the navel in and narrowing the waist. 1 more. Breathing in as you extend. And breathing out. Lifting the knee to the elbow. And then land the knee. Stretch over to the side. Lengthen yourself up and stretch over to the other side. And lengthen yourself up. Good. Okay, and then we'll go to the other side. And so coming into your all fours position, with knees right under your hips and hands under your shoulders, we're going to be reaching the left leg back and the right arm. And so we'll inhale as we reach the left leg back, right arm forward, navel is in, and exhaling as you open the knee and the elbow to the side. Inhale as they reach, pull the navel up, and exhaling, going out to the side for 3 more. Breathing in, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears, and breathing out. Okay, we're keeping the eyes to the floor, so you're reaching through the crown of the head. And exhaling out for 1 more. Inhaling, reach, and exhaling out. And then land your hands, land your left foot, and once you're here, making sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders, we're going to bring the left arm out and up, breathing in as you turn the chest, And breathing out as you thread the left arm underneath the right, letting the right elbow bend, twisting the spine. Inhaling, turning the chest so we're not overly focused on the arm or the eyes. Exhaling, bringing out. And for 2 more. Breathing in, we really want the flexibility to come more through the rib cage. And breathing out as we wring out. That's usually where we're a little bit more stiff. 1 more. Breathing in, opening. And breathing out. Wringing yourself out like a wet towel. And then keep your legs as they are. Come to upright kneeling. And keeping your legs like this, or if this is hard on your hips, you can turn the left leg out. Okay, have the arms out to the side. Lengthen the tailbone down. Grow tall through the crown of the head. And breathing in, we're stretching over to the right. And exhaling to center. And breathing in, stretching up and over to the left. And exhaling center. And continue. Breathing in, long through both sides of the waist. And exhaling center. And breathing in, over to the side. And exhaling center. For 2 more. Breathing in as you lengthen. And breathing out as we return. Just feeling the tailbone stretching down to the floor. And the crown reaching out. We're going to stretch over and hold it. Feel really long through both sides of the body. Inhaling as the arms open. Exhaling as they close. Breathing in as they open. And breathing out as they close for 3 more. Okay, lift up through the navel. Lengthen the tailbone down. So you're feeling your back against an imaginary wall. 1 more time. Breathing in to open. And breathing out to close. And then landing your hand down right underneath your shoulder. I can really feel that in the waist. And so breathing in, our top arm and leg are reaching away from each other. And then we're going to land the foot and exhaling as we bring our right knee up to the left elbow. And then land the knee. Inhale, top arm and leg stretch. Land the foot and exhaling, bringing the knee up to the elbow. And for 3 more, breathing in, really press your right shoulder down away from the ear. Exhaling as you lift. And for 2 more, breathing in as you reach. And breathe out. Squeeze the navel in towards the spine. Last one, breathing in. And then breathing out, really wringing ourselves out. Land the knee, stretch over to the right. And then come back up to center. And stretch up over to the left. And come back up to center. Good, and then come back down, and we're going to come into downward dog, so you can take that kneeling mat and put it off to the side. And then start off to get into the position in a full plank. So if you can have your hands underneath your shoulders, draw your shoulders down. Again, the elbows are in the micro bend. We're squeezing the armpits. Step your feet back into a full plank, breathing into hold. And then breathing out as you press your hips up, and let's bend the knees to start. Okay? Starting off with the knees bent helps us press the hips back so that there's less pressure on our wrists, and we can really focus on lengthening through the spine. And then from here, stretch one heel to the floor at a time. Okay, they don't need to touch, and your legs definitely don't need to straighten. Okay, so just as long as you're feeling a stretch, you're doing it right. Okay, as you're doing this, just gently pull the shoulder blades apart. So there's space between your arms and your ears. But at the same time, press into the knuckles of your hands and squeeze your triceps so that your arms are straight. Okay, the legs don't need to be straight, but the arms do. Okay, now we're going to keep the left foot planted and bring our right leg up. We're going to inhale as we reach our right leg up as we breathe in, and exhale, tuck the right knee in towards the chest, coming forward, breathing out. For 3 more, inhaling, reaching back. Try to keep your inner thighs hugged and close together, and exhaling, coming forward, squeezing the navel into the spine. Inhaling back, keeping your hip bones pointing forward, and exhaling, coming forward. And last one, breathing in, reaching back, and exhaling, coming forward and holding it. Holding here, try to lift the knee up as high as you can. So really squeezing the navel in towards the spine. Let's hold here for one more breath, pressing your shoulders down and pushing into the floor. And then we're going to step the foot forward to where your right thumb is. Okay, so let's get ourselves into a lunge where the feet are hip distance apart. They're not too close together. You want to have your front knee on top of your heel. Your back leg is straight, and then coming up to upright kneeling or upright lunge. Okay, so I want you to lift the navel up, lengthen your tailbone down. So we're really into our core as much as possible. And we're going to bring our arms up and interlace the hands together behind the head. And then turn the heart up towards the sky and breathe here. And as you're breathing, we'll just deepen our position. And so if you can, lift the navel up a little more at the same time as you're bending your front knee forward and reaching back through your back heel. Let's take one more breath here, curling the heart towards the sky, pressing your shoulders down your back. Reach the arms up, and we're going to twist to the right. So bringing your left hand into the outside of the thigh and the right hand to your tailbone. Really lengthen the tailbone down, pull the navel in as you deepen into the pose, reaching your front knee forward, reaching out through your back heel. Good. Stay here really upright through your spine, or you can slide your forearm down onto your thigh and really press down into the arms as you lengthen the spine and turn. Breathing here, hug the inner thighs in together so you feel really solid. If you want to take it further, slide past your elbow and you want to make your bottom hand into a fist. Top hand presses on top. And again, you're pressing down into your arms really strongly to press the shoulders away from the ears, to lift the belly, lengthen the spine, and turn for one more breath. And then land your hands down. And we're going to bring the back leg just slightly in so that the heel can land. So your back foot is going to very slightly turn out towards the corner of your mat, but I want you to keep your hips pointing forward square. Okay, and this is where you might want to have yoga blocks or thick books underneath your hands so that it feels more comfortable. Although it's not important that your front leg be fully straight. You can do this with a bent knee and that's totally fine. In fact, I'd rather that your front knee have a little bit of a micro bend as opposed to hyperextending it out straight. Okay, so we'll keep a micro bend for sure or even more. And as you breathe out, curl up through your spine, curling the tailbone down and drawing the navel in. Okay, and so here, feel both heels press into the floor. You want to spread out your feet, but at the same time lift just slightly through the arches of your feet and feel the leg muscles hugging the bones. So the legs are stretching, but they're also strong. Okay, we're going to turn the arms out and breathe in as you reach up through the sides of the body. And exhale as you lengthen forward with a long spine, reaching your right sit bone back. Inhale as you lower fully down, relax the head. And exhale as you curl up, press your feet into the floor. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other and lengthen up. Turn the arms out and again, breathe in, lengthen up. And exhaling, lengthening forward, reaching your right sit bone back. And again, that knee can bend if you need to. Inhaling, lowering down. Exhaling, curling up, pressing your feet into the floor, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Turn the arms out, breathing in, reaching up. Exhaling, lengthening out, reaching your right sit bone back, lengthening through the spine. Inhaling, relaxing down, and exhaling, rolling up, pushing the feet into the floor so your legs are strong and stretching. Now this time we're going to reach up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, just reaching forward as far as you can, holding the spine long and straight. And we're going to take a few breaths here. And so feeling length through both sides of the waist. We're reaching your right sit bone back. We're trying to extend the arms alongside the ears. Okay, just watch out that that front knee is not hyperextending out. And then we're going to land the hands down and stay down. Curl the head towards the knee. Just breathing here, full and deep. Relaxing the muscles to the back of the neck, through the shoulders, and just gently drawing the navel up towards the spine. Okay, from here, we're going to keep the hands where they are and move your right foot back so that it's underneath your hip. And this leg might be straight, but you can also bend it if you need. Okay, we want to have most of our weight in that leg and just be really light on our hands. And we're going to bring our left leg into the air. So it's like we're a tabletop. And then once you're here, let's flex the left foot. And we're going to pulse the leg up and up and up, little pulses, breathing in for 2 pulses and out for 2 pulses, and in for 2 pulses, and out. Okay, and continue. Draw your shoulders down and feel the spine like a table, reaching out through the crown of your head. Okay, just pause here. We're going to bend the knee, flex the foot to the ceiling, and continue. Pulsing up. Breathing in for 2 pulses, and out for 2 pulses. And just continue. We're trying to keep the hips square. Okay, so bringing your left hip down a little bit so your pelvis can be really level. One more breath. And then inhaling to pause. And exhaling to land down and just give your legs a shake. Okay, that's a lot. That's a big stretch. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. But first, we're going to go into a plank position again. So if you can plant your hands, pointing your index finger straight ahead, and then just extending your legs out. Okay, draw your shoulders down, elbows are micro bent, navel is lifted, and we're going to alternate tapping your right foot out to the side, bringing it in, and then the left foot out to the side and bring it in, and continue. Exhaling for your right, inhaling for your left, and just continue. Okay, really lift the navel. You almost want to feel like you're in a little bit of an angry cat here. So we're not letting the back sink or arch. We're really lifting up away from the floor. And let's do one more to each side. And once you're even, we're going to inhale in the middle and exhale. Push back into downward facing dog. Just make sure you feel solid through your hands and your feet. Start off with your knees a little bit bent. Press your hips up and back, lengthen through your spine. And then, if you want, you can stretch the legs more fully, but just keep the priority on pressing back through your arms and your spine. Okay, so going with our left leg, we're going to reach our left leg up and back as you breathe in and exhaling, coming forward, tucking the knee into the chest for 4. Inhaling, reaching back, inner thighs hugging in together. Exhaling, coming forward for 3, squeezing the navel in. Inhaling, reaching up and back. Exhaling, coming forward for 2. And last one, breathing in, reaching back. Exhaling, coming forward and holding. Okay, staying here, try to lift the knee up as high as you can, pressing your shoulders down. One more breath, really lifting the navel up, and then stepping the foot to the left thumb. And then once you're here, just making sure you're setting yourself up hip distance apart so the feet aren't too close together. Your front knee is right on top of your heel and your back leg is straight. Okay, we're coming up. And once you're here, if you can lift up through the navel and press the tailbone down. So we're really into our core. And then we're going to reach our arms up, interlace the hands together behind the head, and curl the heart up towards the sky. And just breathing here. As you're breathing, deepening your lunge. And so reaching out through your front knee, reaching out through your back heel. Press the shoulders down and curl the heart up for one more breath. And then reach the arms up. And we're going to twist to the left. So bringing the right hand onto the outside of your left thigh, left hand onto the tailbone, and staying here. Okay, press the tailbone down, lift the navel, and just really feel the spine lengthened and the inner thighs hugging in. Taking it further, you're sliding down, so we're bringing the forearm onto the thigh, really pressing down into the arms so you can lengthen the spine as you turn. Or if you want to take it further, you go past the elbow, your bottom hand is a fist, top hand is on top, And again, you're pressing down with your arms, so it's really active as you lengthen the spine and gently turn. One more breath. Land your hands back down. Bring your back foot just slightly in so that the heels can be down on the floor. That back foot is just slightly turned out to the corner of your mat. Again, using your blocks if you like, making sure that front knee is in a micro bend or even more. And as you breathe out, roll up one vertebra at a time. Up at the top, just check that your hips are perfectly square. Spread out through the feet. Lift up through the arches of the feet just gently and feel the leg muscles hugging the bones. Breathing in as you turn the arms out and lengthen up. Exhaling, reaching forward, reaching back through your left sitting bone as you lengthen the spine. Inhaling, lowering fully down. Exhaling, curling up, curling your tailbone, really pressing your feet down into the floor. Turn the arms out, breathing in. Lengthen the tailbone down as you lift the chest. Exhale, reaching out, long through your spine. Inhaling, lowering down. Exhaling, pressing the feet into the floor, curling the tailbone down as you roll up. Breathing in, pushing the feet and the tailbone down as you lift the heart. Exhaling, lengthening out, reaching your left sitting bone back. Inhaling down. Remember that front knee can bend if you need. And breathing out as you roll up, pressing down to roll up. And so now we'll breathe in as you reach up and exhaling, hinging forward just to where you can hold. Okay, staying here, try and have the spine long, the arms extended long by the ears. Okay, the legs are actively hugging in. And then relax the hands down. Okay, relax completely, letting yourself get a nice stretch here. And so releasing the muscles to the back of the neck and the shoulders. Just gently drawing the navel in. One more breath. Now we're going to keep the hands underneath the shoulders. Move your left foot back so it's right underneath your hip. And again, that knee can definitely be bent. Okay, we're going to extend your right leg out, flex the foot, and you want to have the spine like a table. You want to have light weight on your hands. Most of the weight is on your left leg. And we're pulsing up, breathing in for 2 and out for 2. And in for 2 and out for 2. And just continue. Keep reaching out through the crown of the head with the eyes to the floor, pressing your shoulders down away from your ears. Pause here, flex your foot up to the ceiling, bending the knee, and pressing up. Breathing in for 2 and out for 2. And just keeping the right hip down. You want to have the hip bones really level. And one more breath. And then pausing here, landing yourself down and just giving your legs a shake. Okay, very good. Okay, so now get you to come down onto your knees just briefly. We're going to go into a forearm plank before we go into our back strengthening. So if you can interlace your hands together, tuck your bottom pinky out of the way and cross your thumbs. We're going to have the elbows just a little bit narrower than shoulder width apart. And you're pressing your shoulders down. Extend your legs out. Lift the navel up. So I want you to feel like you're a little bit in an angry cat. We don't want to let the back drop. We want to really lift, pulling the navel in. And we're going to bend one knee at a time. And again, we're going to breathe in for 2 and out for 2. Okay, and then just continue. And the whole time we're pressing the forearms into the floor. Our shoulders are pulling down and wide apart. Our navel is drawing in. And just taking one more breath here. Keeping the navel really drawing up. And we're going to inhale to hold the legs straight. And exhale to come down onto your stomach. Okay, down onto your stomach, our focus is going to be on strengthening our middle and upper back for good bone density and posture, and not on pinching the lower back. Okay, so I want you to lift the navel up and just slightly press your pubic bone towards the floor. So we're lengthening the tailbone towards the heels. Try not to overly clench your glutes to do that. Focus more on lifting the navel. And we're going to have the chest just slightly lifted with the eyes to the floor. So we're not pinching our neck. And then if you can lift the arms, arms are straight, so we're squeezing the triceps and just holding here, widen your collarbones. Okay, so we're not lifting our chest higher, we're just opening the chest, feeling the bottom tips of the shoulder blades squeeze together. And then we're pulsing up. And again, we're breathing in for 2 and out for 2 and in for 2 and out for 2. And then just continue. Feeling the backs of the arms nice and straight and firm, lifting the navel up, pressing the pubic bone to the floor for 1 more breath. Hold here, bring the arms out to the sides, rotate the palms so that they're facing the floor, press your shoulders down, and again, we're pulsing the arms up, breathing in for 2 and out for 2. And then just continue. And as you're doing this, lifting the navel, and pressing the pubic bone into the floor. Okay, so if you feel any tension in your lower back, your chest might be too high. You might need to bring it down a little lower so that you're not pinching the back. Okay, for 1 more breath. Then we're going to reach the arms forward and land them. Now, if you have neck or shoulder issues, you might want to bring the arms a little wider apart. You might want to bend them. If you can, we're going to extend them out. And again, lifting the navel up. So we're pressing the pubic bone to the floor. We're going to breathe out as opposite arm and leg float off the floor and breathing in to land. And then other side, breathing out as opposite arm and leg float and inhaling to land. And just continue focusing on length rather than height. So if you can imagine that there's strings on your fingertips and your toe tips pulling you out, and it's not about getting too high, okay? And so then you can continue like this, or we can go a little bit faster, moving the arms and legs simultaneously. Whichever speed you're going, breathe slowly. And just focus on holding your navel in. You want this to feel a bit like a plank, okay? And so try not to move your hips or your shoulders. We're trying to just move our arms and our legs and keeping our core steady for 1 more breath. And then hold a hover, arms and legs barely off the floor. Just taking 1 more breath here and relax. Good. Okay, that really wakes up the whole back of the body. So it's challenging, but so good for us. Okay, so let's come into a child's pose just to counter stretch. Bring your knees wide apart. And instead of reaching the arms forward, I'm going to bring the hands underneath the head just so I can give my shoulders a little bit of a break. Okay, and just breathing here, soften through the hips, the thighs, the tailbone. Just take a few breaths just to feel the energy moving through the body right now. We've done a lot. And breathing fully into the whole body, just letting all of our energy circulate. One more breath. Okay, now we're going to roll up to sit for our last series, just a counter stretch to lengthen the back body and get into our core a little bit more. And so if you can have your legs either extended, hip distance apart, or we're going to be moving back and forth off of the pelvis. And sometimes it feels better to have the legs in a diamond shape so that you can do that. So either the diamond shape or with the legs extended. If you have them extended, really try to spread out your feet. Okay, so this has 3 shapes. We're going to lengthen up through the spine and the arms like we've been doing, and then reach forward with a long body. And then as you breathe out, curling the tailbone through the legs, drawing the navel in, just hollowing back maybe halfway. And then start again. Lengthen up, come up on the sit bones, reach forward, and exhaling, hollowing back like you're a sail and you've gotten hit full of wind. And again, breathing in, lengthen up, reach forward, and exhaling, getting hit full of wind, drawing the navel back. One more this way. Inhale, lengthen up, reach forward, and exhaling, hollowing back. Now we're going to do this reverse. So staying hollowed, we're going to go forward over the legs. Inhale as you reach up through the body, and then exhale as you hollow back, curling off the tailbone, bringing the arms in. Round forward over the legs. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhaling as you hollow back and hollow forward for two more. Okay, so we always want to focus on our length. Even when we're engaging our abdominals, having that big sail full of wind feeling. One more. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hollow out. We're going to go forward and stay forward. Okay, staying here, just letting your legs be comfortable. They might even be a little bit bent. That's fine. Letting the head relax. And just breathing here. You let the muscles in the back of the neck relax completely. The shoulders spread out. And just feeling the breath flowing through the body. One more breath here. And slowly roll up, and then we'll just do one final stretch to finish. So if you can keep your right leg extended out, we'll bend our left leg in and just try to square your hips front, and we'll lengthen up through the body like we've been doing and reach forward as far as you can with a long body, maintaining our theme here. Then we're going to land the fingertips and drag the heart forward and up, shoulders away from the ears. Press the leg down into the floor just gently, and then keep reaching the heart forward, going forward as far as you comfortably can. And then at the very end, letting your head, neck, and shoulders relax. And the arms can just adjust, and we'll stay here. And just breathing fully and slowly. And just feeling all of the benefits of our workout. So just noticing there might be some tingling through the body, some heat, some aliveness. Just breathing and letting all of that circulate to every cell in the body. Relaxing deep into the stretch, letting go. One more breath. Slowly roll up, and we'll change to the other side. Left leg out, right leg bent in towards the inner thigh, facing your hips the best you can to the front. Lengthen up through the body, really flex the foot. And then hinge forward like we've been doing with long waist. Land the fingertips, lift the chest up, pulling the heart forward, and then lengthening forward as far as you comfortably can, and at the very end, letting the head and shoulders relax, letting the arms reach forward as far as they like, and breathing here. And our focus is on reaching the crown of the head towards the toes, not necessarily towards the knee. Okay, so we want to have a long spine. And just breathing into the length of the spine, the length of the legs, and the length of the arms. And breathing into the back of the body, the sides of the body. And breathing out, letting the front of the body really soften, softening the chest, gently drawing the navel in. Slowly peel yourself up. And we'll just finish sitting together for a moment. So coming into sitting into any posture that feels comfortable for you. And if you can grow tall, and once more if it's comfortable, if you can let the eyes just softly close. And just continuing to feel the breath moving through the body, feeling the body settle. And softening all the muscles through the face, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears, feeling the weight of the arms and the hands. Relaxing down through the back of the body, the sides of the body, the front of the body. Relaxing through the hips and the legs and just really feeling a connection down into the earth. Imagine the hips and the legs are like roots of a tree spreading down into the ground. And imagining the spine and the rest of the body like the tree spreading its branches and really expanding out into space. And so simultaneously feeling grounded, but also spacious and expansive. Bringing some of that spaciousness into the mind, bringing some of it into the heart, and bringing that into the whole body. And taking a moment just to remind ourselves of some of the gifts in our lives that inspire the feeling of gratitude. And if there's any energy of spaciousness or groundedness or energy from the heart that you'd like to send out to someone right now, let's just take a moment to do that. And then just begin to notice the sounds around you. Notice the smells around you, the feeling of the air touching your skin, and letting the eyes softly open. And we'll finish with a bow. So you can keep your hands where they are. You can bring them onto your heart or together at your heart, whatever you like. And with deep kindness and respect towards ourselves and towards each other, let's bow. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your day.